Okay, so that guy just decided to take forever to appear. Very annoying. Not much you can do about it. Sometimes it's just best to go for the hit. With these guys cornered like they are, I just go for the usual juke. Oh, he hit me at the top. Okay. Ah, jeez. Alright. Cool and good. Very cool. I probably should have just threw the last life away, but I don't know. Something, part of me thought, I can handle this. But not this time. Alright, back to the beginning. We'll see how this goes. Not a great start. Alright. Whatever. I can take a few punches. I was trying to pick up the opponent, and it takes an RL movement, which can be a little bit annoying. Alright, so the pickup is just to get a really easy first set of hits. And sometimes it works. There's a very specific timing we want to get when we pick the opponent up. Right, so now we're at the group stage. So you may notice I'm in a certain proximity of my opponents. Sometimes the rotation strategy does not work, and then you have to just sort of improvise. So you can see the way that those opponents were kind of trying to feign my hits. Alright, so we're done with the first phase of San Francisco. 130. Not great, but certainly is better than nothing. So we're just going to go for 3 throws. And there we go. That's our first set. So there's going to be at least 2 more enemies. This guy's going to come from this direction. Yes. Some of them have weapons. Some of them don't. We just got to clear all the goons first for this first wave. And now we're going to meet our first chieftain. We got the Bug Eyes. They were some crazy sunglasses or something like that. I don't know. So you can see we went for a punch. Alright, so that should clear that wave. Yeah. As you can see, I'm kind of just... Okay. A little bit of slowdown there because I accidentally jumped. Alright, so that took a while, but... Oh, yep, I forgot about that. Alright, good deal. So that's not, yeah, that's the face. Got very lucky he didn't hit me on that first attack. So sometimes they won't tell you when the battles begin. They'll just kind of just like throw you right into it. One thing I'm trying to do is trying to make sure that I don't accidentally catch myself in a bit of a punch, so we're gonna just get the first punch, pick up the Yakuza Toughs, and we'll just get them cleared right away. That's kind of what we do. A lot of this is just reactions to what your opponents do, group timings, punch timings, making sure you don't get caught in a stun lock. And a combination of all those will provide you with some pretty crucial success, like anticipating group encounters, anticipating boss encounters, adapting to each of the way that your opponents fight you. And try not to spin out of bounds, because you can do that, and there's not much you can do about it. So, there's several ways you could handle this. I like to grab this weapon here, say. Alright, so that should take care of the big dudes with attitude. And now we're gonna just immediately go for this right away, so that we don't have to deal with it later. Alright. So that took a little while, but we are now at the boss. Alright. So we'll do a combination of spins. Okay, there we go. And we're done like that. So now we're out of San Francisco, and we got the first test chamber, the only test chamber. And we got these robots. And what these work bots tend to do is get you caught in very easy stun locks that's hard to get out of. So we have to hope that we catch them in the right range and not get caught in their stun lock. So far, we're doing pretty decently for each of these patterns. It can get much worse. Alright. And so we have to board this platform here, and then we have to jump right over here. So we're actually not going to grab that rope and throw it, because it will not serve any usefulness for us. Okay, so for the first time there, I got trolled by some of the work bots, or the auto punching bags. There's a perfect example of a stun lock that you don't want to get caught in. We'll pick up this thing, throw that, and then throw that. So that's actually pretty decent aside from the small stun lock I got myself caught in, which could be so much worse. You may notice I am not actually going for any pickups. You cannot pick up these autonomous punching bags. Otherwise, you will get superbly punished for trying to attack them that way. I'm getting some very annoying patterns. That may be perhaps one of the most annoying ways to lose a life. We'll need those later, so let's try not to do that another 2 times. Otherwise, I may have to consider it a tactical game over. Or a tactical continue, that is. Alright. That was actually not bad. Got a high score too, actually. We don't want high scores, but unfortunately, because I played well enough. I'm just gonna avoid trying to throw them down. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. So I'm actually just going to throw the big dude with attitude. Alright, so he's gone, and we're just going to throw this dude down here, and this dude down there as well. Fantastic. Alright, this is one of the worst phases. That is precisely why. That is precisely why this phase sucks. Alright. Alright, so, bit of trouble. Okay. That was probably one of the funniest ways to get trolled. I've been getting some awful patterns. And I accidentally jumped in error. That was great. Not playing too hot right now, but it could be worse. Okay, alright, right. Goodness gracious, okay. Alright. Dude, what is he doing? Yeah, I'm getting some crazy bad, like, spawns. Alright. Alright. Can it get much worse than this? Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, I gotta be really careful not to get caught. Alright. Yeah, we gotta hope that I don't get caught. Alright. Yeah, hello? Bro, okay. Oh, oy vey. So much for getting good patterns. Alright. I don't know how I went this fast in the temple last time. I just managed to get, like... Alright. Not bad. Not bad combat patterns. Ah, yikes. Alright. We're gonna throw you down. We're gonna do that again. Alright. Alright. Very annoying, but it could be much worse. Whew. Goodness gracious. Alright. So we got one life going into the temple, which is not convenient, but, you know. We'll just have to separate the next bunch on this next one. Alright, got the good roundup. Got a few dudes left to take care of in this setup. Okay. Because of the way the opponents rolled in on that one, I just decided to let loose and just go for the usual punches. Okay, so I got a very lucky block there. That could have been a lot worse. Okay, so maybe not having the greatest of luck. Fortunately, I got a really fast stun lock on that one. Oh, they jumped right down. Okay. We're just gonna walk this way and, yeah, we'll do the next thing. That wasn't the most efficient setup, but I'm just gonna have to hope that I get some really good luck. On the next section, there is still one very particular section that annoys me deeply. So because of the way these opponents appear, I can't really throw them, otherwise I'm going to lose a large amount of time. So I'm just going to go for a chain set of kicks. I'm going to do the same thing here. Alright, so that's a really safe method to get myself into the temple. And so far... got some big guys with some serious health meters there. Alright, this next part is awful. An awful section. Like, this is probably the epitome of nightmares. I'm just gonna handle it that way. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna have to pop our way down here. And I'm just gonna hit him with a bit of a stun lock. Once you get used to the way that the opponents operate from set to sets of cliffs, you kind of get used to how to navigate through each of these sections. Alright, so there's some enemies below, as you might notice. Alright. Really absurd that it took me that long to get the kick in, but what can I say? Sometimes you just get cursed with large amounts of bad luck. Alright. We're gonna just... Alright, so we still got a chance to save a little bit of time. We'll see how this goes. So we gotta roll. Right. We're just gonna avoid. We're gonna go for a back and forth sort of movements. So 3 punches all it takes. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna go back down. Hopefully this shouldn't take a terrible amount of time. Alright, last phase. There we go. Perfect. I'm only very slightly behind. So I'm actually going to jump off the train right here. Oh, unless I can't. There we go. Easy enough. Fortunately, it didn't take a terribly long time. Alright. Not the greatest patterns overall, but you know what? Okay, I did not expect the big dude to get a punch right away. It happened rather quickly, too. Just like that, dispersal patterns can make our opponents very annoying to deal with. Alright, so now we've got probably the most annoying aspect of this game, which is the Shadow Men on top of the train, no less. Okay. Fortunately, that dude had the courtesy to jump. Alright, so now we got some blue Shadow Men coming up real soon. It should be right here, right now. Had a little bit of slow punches, but that first wave was pretty decent, all in all. So I'm actually just going to walk off like this. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Didn't get caught in the mess of the big guy. Plus we can get our kill right away. We gotta be really careful how we navigate each of these stairways. Alright. Got a very nice grouping right away. So that right there was just in an effort to avoid getting stun locked. I was kind of just making some minor movement changes. So that dude is very important to get rid of. We want to take care of it very quickly. It is necessary to get him dealt with immediately. Otherwise, he will do a number on our enemies. Where is that dude? Okay, there he is. One of the most common, like, indicators of time losses usually has to do with the way that the enemies decide to spawn from level to level. It can be annoyingly unpredictable. And there's not much we can do about it. Alright. Got some decent patterns all together. Alright. Do we have another set? Yes, we do. Okay, I guess I can't grab that refuel, because that would be too much. Alright. So far. We're doing alright. Okay. Okay, so he almost got a few tactical blocks on me there. Fortunately, I was receptive enough where I could just do something about it. Alright, so far these guys are kind of being a little bit trolly. There's a variety of ways you can handle this. You can just go back and forth between each of the enemies. You may notice that I'm taking full advantage of as much stun lock as I can get my hands on. Okay, that could have ended a lot worse. And we're done with that grouping. We got one more group inside the bus. So in that case, it's actually helpful to just ram your opponents up against the door. We're gonna just try to... Yep. There we go. Now we don't want to knock them back any further. This is probably one of the most challenging segments of the game, especially the big dudes if you're not used to having to not pick up opponents and go back and forth with the punches. It can throw you for a loop if you get caught in a really bad situation. Fortunately, I've had some pretty good luck so far. That can change at any moment. Alright. That is some very unfortunate luck. Alright. I guess I'll need this after all. Okay. For some reason, these goons decided to give me some pretty terrible patterns. Alright. Let's try to avoid that with the Yakuza toughs. Okay, not the greatest of patterns so far. When the name of the game here is just to get a chain stun lock, and if we can't get it within range, we'll just flip backwards. Okay, that is not quite good. That is not quite what we want. Alright. One lost life, that's fine. What? Okay, well... Very cool. Right, well... Oh, great. Well... That was a bit unfortunate. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some good patterns here. But you never know. That could have been a lot worse, but yeah, fortunately I was able to get out of that trouble. Alright, let's get this dude. Yes, sirree. That is the easiest and fastest way to remove some of those opponents. So we can just throw them down, do it again. Sometimes we have to guide them into it. Alright, so these guys are just not going to give me their full cooperation that time, so I guess we just have to deal with them. Alright. We try not to aim to jump. That time, we did not have very much of an option. in we go into the temple. So this is our first kind of annoying phase. Perfect example of why it's annoying. So the isometric setup of each of the properties can make this stage a total slog. Right now I'm getting, like, perfect groupings. Well, I was. Spoke too soon. Okay. That's right. Dude. Stop that. Kind of screwed myself over in that sense. Alright. Very annoying. Very annoying the way that they dealt me bad cards. Alright. Going out of bounds can be a big time loser as well. Alright. Oh boy, okay. Oh, just a stick. No big deal. So I actually purposely waited that time for him to jump. That way I could just handle it that way. Okay, so these guys are kind of bombarding me right now. I have to just hope for the best. Incredible patterns. Oh. Terrible. Absolutely terrible patterns. This next boss that's coming up is going to be a bit annoying at first. Alright, well, just deal with it that way, I guess. Yeah. Oh boy, oh no. I forgot about this. Oh. Boy, oh boy. We're gonna deal with it. So this next boss coming up is a very annoying boss. Alright. So yeah, we get a bit of an opportunity there to, Huh. Right. Okay, I lost a phase there. It'll be very unfortunate if I lose a life here, but there's only so much I can do about this. Right, one more phase should do it. If we are unlucky, we'll get more Shadow Men. And another phase, for that matter. But right now, I should be in decent hands. Alright. Yes! Okay. Finally. Alright. Good deal. We're still in the running, but we're gonna have to really book it if I want to get this next one. So now we got some goons again. That could have been a little bit faster if I didn't miss one of the boss phases. But, you know. We can't always be choosers in how the characters react to certain things. Right, yeah, forgot about that. Alright, that should be the first phase out of the way. You gotta be very careful on this next section, because stuff like that. Alright, so we got some big dudes coming up. Next, oh, that's right. Alright, that's a shortened phase. Got pretty lucky there, yeah. You saw maybe a little bit of nervousness as there is a distinct possibility that you can just... Oh, yes, 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 there we go. Alright, so... we gotta be extremely careful in these sections. There's a reason I'm throwing them the way I am right now. It's because they can get caught on the other side, and then there's not much you can do about it. Alright, so that's the end of that phase. Oh, and this is the grouping I like to call the legendary birds. And they can be a bit annoying to deal with. Fortunately, I got some pretty decent patterns. Is that the end of them? No, it's not. Why would it be? Oh, I'm not meant to jump. Okay. That was a bit nerve-wracking. So you may notice I'm doing a bit of a rotational setup. Okay, that was just flat out annoying. Here's another annoying part. Right. That could have ended a whole lot worse. This next one is also equally as awful. Alright. So, there's a particular distance we have to throw them from. Otherwise, they become an absolute nuisance. That time, we got some pretty good patterns. We'll just have to hope that they keep on randomly spawning the patterns they do. That's reasonable. Yeah, that's alright. That is perfectly reasonable. Alright, so now we're at the end of the wall. Well, almost. We are almost at the end of the wall. There we go. Gotta just get this next wave. Good deal. Alright. We're gonna try to... That's the way we do it. Alright, this last one is even scarier? Actually, no. Not this time. We're fine. Good to double check. How are we doing for time so far? There we go. Can we get out of this mess? Alright. Yeah. Never-ending barrage. Fantastic. This is one of the hardest levels in the game. This one, right here, has a thing called boats. And a lot of places you can get caught out of bounds. So we gotta be very careful how we jump. Or if we jump in the first place. That was decent. Yeah, as you can see, I am playing it so carefully. That is why I don't like... Okay, that was kind of awkward, but I was able to make it work that time, very fortunately. You can get hit with some nasty, nasty patterns. This time around, I'm doing alright. So I was playing that very carefully so I could be able to make it to the next section. Alright. Alright, so you can see I am just throwing that guy right there. There we go. Very nice grouping. You may notice how very careful I was plotting that out. Alright. No, I didn't quite get the grouping out that time. Get them! Okay, so you can see how much damage these guys deal, and why I shouldn't be getting caught that much in the combinations. Okay, these ones I have to be especially careful with. We want to make sure that they don't throw the ninja stars. Otherwise, we're in a deep amount of trouble. Hey, there we go. Got some nice heal ups. Yeah. Good deal. Alright. Not so good. This is why this stage is terrifying. that potential to just lose runs as quickly as I can is solely why this stage frightens me. So far, I'm getting some pretty decent patterns. Alright, so that time I took it pretty safe, just so I wouldn't roll into the back. Okay, that's one wave. That is the most dangerous part. Alright. Okay. You may notice how very slowly I'm taking these. Just in case they decide to be highly uncooperative, which fortunately that time I got pretty lucky with the lineups there. This one could be awful. We're just gonna avoid the trouble of having to deal with these guys by rolling them like that. Alright. Great. Alright. Well, at least they all decided to go off at the same place. Oh yeah, that guy. We're not out of the woods. This is a big run killer part here. Alright. We are being extremely careful here. Gotta be okay. That is not good. We're gonna try to get rid of that. There we go. Okay, I had to be very careful with all these faces. There's a very good reason I'm taking this slowly. Because that section right there has a great potential for me to lose a lot of time. There we go. Alright. Oh, man. That is fantastic. All right. We're in a good place right now, actually. We're going to do a tactical continue. All right. Still a very dangerous section of the game we got here. There's a lot of ways we can go out of bounds. I'm being very careful as to not, like, make that a possibility. Alright. There we go. Gonna get this guy to crawl on in. That was very well handled. They don't get easy like that all the time. Alright, well. Good deal. Not the greatest of patterns there. So it's actually more efficient just to KO him that time. So we got very lucky as to get some really good throws on that one. They don't always have that much ease attached to every one of them. So I'm actually going to just go a small wave of each one of them. You may notice I was just very carefully plotting my way along with each of those sets. Great. There's got to be one more. Oh, never mind. Not one more this time. Alright. Sometimes I just wait it out a little bit. Oh, gosh, I forgot about this one. So this is actually perhaps one of the worst, like, places to get stuck, if you, do, that is. Alright. Alright, well that guy decided to just jump around for some reason, and I could only do so much about it. Okay. There's got to be at least one more wave, yeah. So I did not get the best patterns out of the Shadow Men this time. Though I did get some pretty fair amount of cooperation from this next one. Alright, great. Cool. So I got some pretty awful patterns there. There's only so much I could do about it. Okay, pretty strategic setup of those patterns. Alright. So we got one more train cart to go. This is where the misfortune begins. Get into my hands. Or not. Ugh. So I got some pretty awful patterns. Alright. Where are those other dudes? There they are. For the longest time I was wondering where they are. Please don't fall off. Okay. Oh. Get out of my head. This isn't even the worst patterns. I just had some genuinely terrible luck on trying to get through that one. He's such swift hits, too. Just want some healing items. Okay, that could have been much better setup, but I should have the luxury of... okay. With how low on health I am, I had to take it really safe that time. One more wave. And this one's gonna be awful. All right. Fantastic. You can get some just terribly bad patterns. Okay. as long as we get our way through this next section without any issues. Which I say that, but it's not a given. I can promise you that much. Alright, these are the Yaka. Not yet. I thought the Yakuza Toughs were up next, but they're a bit later. Okay. That could have ended a lot worse. Okay, this is kind of a terrifying part of the game. We have to be very careful in this section. Okay. Oh, no, not the knockdown. Ugh, goodness gracious, I swear. Alright. Good. There's a puzzle, isn't there? You better not do that again. That's just a stick. I don't like where I'm in. Okay. Get out of my head. Okay. Oh boy. That's enough of that. Get a load of that garbage. Oh man, great. We're probably gonna lose a life here. All right. Gonna play it really easily. Yeah, I'm out of commission for this life. Absolute madman to think I made it this far. That is a load of BS in there. How did it block so many hits? So much. Like... I need to grab that dude. Gosh, okay. Sometimes I think that I'm like in tons of danger. Oh my gosh, okay. Great. Yes, yes, let's go. World record. Oh, got it on the normal category. That should be a sub 110 too. Yes. Good deal. Oh, this is the first like handful of levels that were just so poorly handled. But I managed to clutch out the sub 110 on medium right away. I had a few tactical continues that I had to take, otherwise I wasn't gonna get through. Yeah. Quite a good run, actually. Alright, well, so far that puts us at around, that puts us in the running for, so far, for a world record a month, so, got one in January, another in February, another in March, and another, at least one in each month so far, and that includes April, so. This one was super lucky, because the first, like 5 levels were going pretty poorly, with the exception of Bermuda, where I actually kind of rocked that level. Again, sub 105 should be possible. Non-medium. I just need to find some better ways to organize each of the hits, but I'm gonna focus on getting another record. Well, actually, maybe. I don't know how I feel right now. I might try for another one on hard mode. I'm not sure. You know what? I guess I could. I'm gonna think on that for a little bit. So right now, what I am currently thinking is I'm going to attempt a mode, a hard mode run, but if I don't get it, I'm going to probably call it quits for the night. So in the meantime, I'm going to be right back. Stay tuned. There's going to be more in about 5 minutes. So yeah, feel free to stick around, I guess.